What if the secret to a long, happy, and fulfilling life was hidden in a small Japanese island, waiting to be discovered? Imagine waking up every morning with a deep sense of purpose, excitement, and energy, knowing exactly why you're here and what makes your life meaningful. Sounds incredible, right? Hey everyone, welcome back to BiksBookSummary. I'm Bix, and today we're diving into Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, by Héctor García and Francesc Miralles. This book uncovers one of Japan's greatest secrets, the key to living a life filled with passion, joy, and longevity. For centuries, the people of Okinawa, Japan, have been known for their extraordinary longevity, often living well past 100 years while staying active, healthy, and happy. But their secret isn't just diet or exercise. It's Ikigai, a philosophy that goes beyond just a career or passion. It's a deep-rooted reason for being. In today's summary, we'll explore how Ikigai shapes lives, the habits of the world's longest-living people, and how you can find your own Ikigai to live a longer, more meaningful life. So let's step into the serene world of Okinawa, where life moves at a peaceful yet fulfilling rhythm, and uncover the wisdom that could change the way you live. Imagine waking up each morning to the gentle warmth of the rising sun, stepping outside to feel the salty ocean breeze on your skin, and hearing the distant laughter of villagers gathering in the town square. Around you, elders, many of them over 100 years old, tend to their gardens, move gracefully through Tai Chi, or chat animatedly over cups of tea. This isn't a scene from a dream or a distant past. This is everyday life in Okinawa, a place where longevity isn't just a miracle, but a way of life. Héctor García and Francesc Miralles set out on a journey to uncover why Okinawans live such long, vibrant lives. What they discovered wasn't just a collection of healthy habits, but a deeply ingrained mindset, a way of embracing life that thrives on energy, resilience, and community. Unlike the stress-driven, fast-paced existence of many modern cities, where people constantly race against time, Okinawans live with a different rhythm. They wake up each day with purpose, engage in activities that bring them joy, and cultivate strong social bonds that last a lifetime. One of the most fascinating aspects of Okinawan life? They never truly retire. The Western notion of retirement, where work ends and life slows down, simply doesn't exist here. Instead, the elderly remain engaged in meaningful activities they love, whether it's farming, fishing, practicing an art, or mentoring younger generations. Their days are driven by Ikigai, the Japanese concept of having a reason to wake up in the morning, a sense of purpose that fuels both longevity and happiness. And therein lies a powerful lesson. Life isn't meant to be rushed through, only to be put on pause in old age. Instead, it should be lived fully, with curiosity, engagement, and joy every single day. The Okinawans have mastered this philosophy, and through this book, we get to uncover their secrets to a long, fulfilling life. At the heart of this book lies the profound concept of Ikigai, a word without a direct English translation, but one that holds the key to a deeply fulfilling life. Simply put, Ikigai is your reason for being, the sweet spot where passion, skill, contribution, and livelihood intersect. It's the invisible thread that weaves together what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be rewarded for. When all these elements align, life ceases to feel like a mere routine and instead becomes something truly meaningful. But how do you uncover your own Ikigai? It all begins with self-reflection. García and Miralles encourage us to ask the questions that reveal what truly makes us feel alive. What activities make you lose track of time? What brings you joy, even if there's no paycheck attached to it? What do people naturally seek your advice on? These questions act as a compass, guiding us toward the unique purpose that already resides within us. To illustrate, imagine a young woman named Aiko, who grew up in Okinawa. As a child, she loved painting, losing herself in colors and brushstrokes for hours. But as she got older, she was told to be practical and pursued a stable career in finance. Though financially secure, she felt empty. One day, she picked up a paintbrush again, not to make money, not for a career move, but simply because it made her happy. That joy radiated through her work, and soon her paintings caught the attention of others. Years later, Aiko found herself making a living doing what she loved, not because she chased success, but because she followed what lit her up inside. Her journey is the essence of Ikigai. It's not about dropping everything to chase a passion or obsessing over money. It's about infusing your life with purpose, whether through your work, hobbies, or acts of service. It's about nurturing that one thing that makes life feel rewarding and giving yourself permission to pursue what makes you feel truly alive. The key takeaway? Don't settle for just existing. Seek out what energizes you and make space for it in your daily routine. Life is meant to be lived with purpose. The Okinawans don't just live long, they live vibrantly. It's not just about avoiding disease or extending years on a calendar. It's about thriving well into old age with energy, joy, and purpose. But what's their secret? Surprisingly, it's not simply genetics. It's their way of life that plays the biggest role in their remarkable longevity. One of the most fascinating habits among Okinawan centenarians is their approach to movement. Unlike the modern mindset that treats exercise as a task to check off, Okinawans weave natural movement into their daily lives. They walk everywhere, tend to their lush gardens, practice Tai Chi, and engage in activities that keep them moving without stress. There are no gym memberships or intense workout routines, just a lifestyle that values staying active naturally. Then there's their diet, rooted in the principle of hara-hachi-bu, eating until they're 80% full. Instead of mindlessly overindulging, they stop eating before they feel completely stuffed, allowing their bodies to process food more efficiently and avoid the health risks of overconsumption. Their meals are rich in vegetables, tofu, fish, and rice, with little reliance on processed foods. Every bite is both nourishing and intentional, contributing to their overall well-being. But perhaps the most unexpected factor in their longevity is their deep social connections. They don't just live in a community, they live for their community. Strong, close-knit relationships form the backbone of Okinawan life. They actively support one another, share laughter, and cultivate a profound sense of belonging. At the heart of this is the concept of moes, social support groups that act as extended families, ensuring that no one ever feels alone. This sense of emotional security and engagement has been directly linked to lower stress and a longer lifespan. The big lesson? Longevity isn't just about diet and exercise, it's about how we live. Staying active, eating mindfully, and nurturing strong relationships aren't just habits. They are the foundations of a long and fulfilling life. It's not just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. As we continue our journey through Ikigai, we step into the extraordinary communities where people seem to defy the very limits of aging. In these small villages, far removed from the relentless pace of modern life, elders don't just reach their 80s or 90s. They thrive well past 100, remaining active, engaged, and full of purpose. But how is this possible? What is their secret? Héctor García and Francesc Miralles sought to uncover this mystery by traveling to one of the world's most famous longevity hotspots, Okinawa, Japan. More specifically, they visited Ojimi, a village known as the Village of Longevity, where centenarians live in harmony with nature, nourish their bodies with simple, wholesome meals, stay physically active, and, most importantly, wake up each morning with a reason to live. Scientists have long studied these longevity clusters, hoping to find a genetic explanation, but the real secret of their extended lifespans goes far beyond DNA. The authors met several centenarians who, despite their advanced age, continued to wake up with a mission. An elderly fisherman still went out to sea every single day. A woman in her 90s tended to her vegetable garden with meticulous care, ensuring fresh produce for her family. A retired martial artist continued to teach younger generations his craft, passing down wisdom through movement and discipline. In Okinawa, retirement isn't viewed as the end of a working life, but rather a transition into a new kind of productivity, one that aligns with passion and purpose. The idea of completely stopping work is foreign here. People continue doing what they love until they physically can't anymore. This realization challenges the way we perceive aging in modern society. In many parts of the world, old age is associated with decline, fragility, and isolation. Retirement is seen as the final chapter, a time for rest and relaxation. But perhaps that's the wrong way to look at it. The Okinawan elders don't wait for the end. They live every single day with intention, balancing work, play, and community, proving that purpose is one of the most powerful antidotes to aging. Another fascinating element of their longevity is their diet. Unlike the calorie-dense, processed foods that dominate modern cities, Okinawans follow a principle called hara-hachi-bu, eating only until they're 80% full. This mindful approach to eating prevents overconsumption, reduces stress on the digestive system, and allows the body to function at its best. Their meals are simple but nutrient-rich, filled with vegetables, tofu, miso, and seafood, with very little meat or refined sugar. It's not a restrictive diet, it's a natural way of eating that nourishes without excess. But perhaps the greatest lesson from this exploration of longevity is this: it's not about expensive supplements, extreme health fads, or miracle cures. The real secret to a long, fulfilling life is living in alignment with nature, staying active, nurturing strong relationships, and, above all, holding on to a deep sense of purpose. In the end, it's not just about adding years to your life, but about adding life to your years. Have you ever been so deeply absorbed in an activity that time seemed to vanish? Maybe it happened while painting, playing an instrument, working on a creative project, or even during a deep and engaging conversation. In those moments, your mind is fully present, free from distraction, and completely in tune with the task at hand. This experience of effortless focus, where self-consciousness fades and pure immersion takes over, is called flow. García and Miralles emphasize the transformative power of flow in creating a fulfilling and happy life. They argue that when we engage in activities that bring us joy, challenge us just enough to stay engaged but not overwhelmed, and allow us to lose track of time, we tap into our most productive and meaningful selves. The concept of flow was popularized by psychologist Miralles, who studied artists, athletes, and professionals at the top of their fields. He found that their success wasn't just due to talent, it was because they were completely immersed in their craft, experiencing a state of effortless involvement where distractions disappeared and their full potential emerged. Ikigai links this idea to the Japanese way of life, where many Okinawans naturally weave flow into their daily routines. Consider a master craftsman in Okinawa who has spent decades making traditional pottery. As he molds the clay, his hands move in perfect rhythm, shaping each piece with care. He isn't thinking about time, emails, or social media. He's simply creating, fully engaged in the moment. Or take a sushi master, who, even after years of experience, still refines his technique daily, striving for perfection in every slice of fish. These individuals aren't just working, they are living their Ikigai, completely absorbed in what they do best. But in today's fast-paced world, flow is harder to come by. We're bombarded with constant distractions, smartphone notifications, endless to-do lists, and the pressure to multitask. Our minds rarely get the chance to fully engage in a single activity, making it difficult to experience the deep satisfaction that comes with flow. The authors suggest that to live with Ikigai, we must reclaim our ability to focus deeply. One way to do this is by identifying activities that naturally bring us joy and engagement. Ask yourself, what tasks make you lose track of time? These moments are clues to your Ikigai. Once you recognize them, the next step is to structure your life in a way that allows you to pursue these activities regularly. And here's the best part. Flow isn't reserved for artists or athletes. You can experience it in any activity: gardening, coding, cooking, solving puzzles, or even organizing your home. The key is to eliminate distractions, create an environment that fosters focus, and allow yourself to be fully immersed in what you love. When you do, not only do you improve your skills, but you also invite more happiness, fulfillment, and purpose into your daily life. By embracing flow, you take one step closer to unlocking your Ikigai, your reason for being. In our fast-moving world, we often find ourselves chasing the future, setting goals, making endless plans, and worrying about what's next. While ambition and preparation are valuable, Ikigai teaches us that true happiness is found not in tomorrow, but in fully embracing today. García and Miralles explore how Zen philosophy and mindfulness are deeply intertwined with Ikigai. In Japan, Zen monks practice zazen, seated meditation, focusing on their breath and observing thoughts without attachment. This practice isn't about silencing the mind, but about becoming aware of the present moment, free from regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. By doing so, they cultivate a deep, peaceful awareness, allowing life to unfold naturally. This mindful approach is at the heart of Okinawan longevity. The elders of Okinawa don't dwell on what they've lost or obsess over what's ahead. Instead, they wake up with gratitude, approach their daily tasks with care, and find joy in life's smallest moments, sharing tea with a friend, tending to their garden, or simply watching the sunset. Contrast this with how many people in modern society live. We rush through our days, constantly distracted and disconnected. We check our phones mid-conversation, eat meals in front of screens, and rarely pause to appreciate the world around us. We exist, but do we truly live? The authors urge us to slow down, to fully engage with each moment, and to cultivate mindfulness in daily life. The beauty of mindfulness is that it doesn't require hours of meditation. It can be as simple as truly listening when someone speaks, savoring each bite of a meal, or pausing to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. When we bring our awareness to what's happening right now, life transforms. It becomes richer, fuller, and more meaningful. The connection between Ikigai and mindfulness is clear. When we become fully engaged in what we do, whether it's work, hobbies, or relationships, we experience more joy and fulfillment. The Okinawans embody this mindset effortlessly, reminding us that a life well lived is not about endless striving, but about fully embracing each moment. In the serene town of Ojimi, known as the Village of Longevity, the people live by an unspoken yet deeply ingrained philosophy, one of resilience, harmony, and purpose, all rooted in their Ikigai. Each morning they wake up with intention, greet their neighbors with genuine warmth, and move through life not with resistance, but with an effortless sense of flow. But what makes them so remarkably resilient, even in the face of adversity? In Ikigai, García and Miralles explore this profound cultural wisdom, revealing that true resilience isn't about forcefully pushing through obstacles, but about gracefully adapting to them. The elderly inhabitants of Okinawa have witnessed war, economic turmoil, and sweeping societal changes, yet their inner peace remains intact. Why? Because they don't see struggles as burdens, they see them as natural rhythms of life, much like the changing of the seasons or the rise and fall of the tide. A perfect example of this is the traditional concept of gamen, the Japanese philosophy of enduring hardship with patience, grace, and dignity. Imagine an Okinawan fisherman who has spent his entire life casting nets into the sea. When the fish are scarce, he does not curse the tides or fight against the ocean's will. Instead, he adapts, knowing that the sea, like life itself, has its natural cycles of abundance and scarcity. This mental flexibility and acceptance allow Okinawans to avoid unnecessary stress, preserve their health, and maintain a sense of calm even in turbulent times. Their secret to resilience? A beautiful blend of mindfulness, gratitude, and strong social bonds. By staying engaged in their communities, practicing daily moments of reflection and meditation, and embracing a mindset of acceptance, they develop an unshakable inner strength that helps them weather any storm. This is perhaps one of the greatest lessons we can learn from them, that resilience isn't about resisting life's difficulties, but about moving with them, adapting, and finding peace amidst uncertainty. When we cultivate this mindset, we too can navigate challenges with grace, embrace change without fear, and ultimately live longer, healthier, and more fulfilled lives. As we come to the end of our journey through the wisdom of Ikigai, one important truth becomes clear. Living a long and fulfilling life is not just about eating well or staying active. It is about embracing a way of life that nurtures the mind, body, and soul. The elders of Okinawa show us that a meaningful life is built on passion, strong connections, and simplicity. Throughout the book, we meet inspiring individuals who live by this philosophy. A 102-year-old woman still wakes up every morning to care for her garden, speaking to her plants as if they were dear friends. A retired school teacher continues to teach children the art of calligraphy, passing on patience, mindfulness, and tradition. These elders never see retirement as the end of their contribution. They stay active in their community and live with a sense of purpose, no matter their age. One of the most valuable lessons from Okinawan wisdom is that happiness is found in simple everyday moments. It is in sharing tea with a friend, watching a sunset, tending to a bonsai tree, or playing a favorite instrument. In a world that constantly pushes us to chase bigger goals and faster results, the Okinawans remind us that true happiness comes from slowing down and appreciating what is in front of us. So what can we learn from this? Perhaps the most important lesson of Ikigai is that life is not a race. It is a journey of discovery where each day is a chance to explore our passions, build strong relationships, and live with intention. When we focus on what we love, what we are good at, what the world needs, and what sustains us, we move closer to a life filled with meaning and purpose. Happiness is not a destination. It is a way of being. It's not something we chase, but something we cultivate in our daily routines, in the way we wake up with purpose, in our relationships, and in the simple joys we allow ourselves to experience. The beauty of Ikigai is that it is deeply personal. It looks different for everyone. For some, it's found in painting, for others, in teaching, cooking, writing, or creating something with their hands. There is no single formula. The key is to recognize what brings you fulfillment and to nurture it with care and dedication. If there's one thing to take away from this book, it's this. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment to start living your Ikigai. It's already within you. Whether you're 20 or 80, a student, an artist, a teacher, or an entrepreneur, you have something that makes life worth waking up for every morning. So take a moment to reflect. What is your Ikigai? What is that one thing that makes your heart beat a little faster, that fills you with energy and joy? And most importantly, how can you integrate it more deeply into your daily life? Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Ikigai. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who might need a little inspiration. And if you'd like to support the channel, check out the full link in the description to grab your own copy of the book. I truly appreciate it. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, every day is a gift, so live it with purpose. See you in the next one.